Cambridge International School, DASUYA, a vassal education school. Dear friends, I am Radha, working as PGT Business Studies at Cambridge International School, DASUYA. Students, in our previous video, we have studied about importance of business environment, and the points are given below. It enables the firm to identify opportunities and getting the first mover advantage. It helps the firm to identify threats and early warning signals. It helps in tapping useful resources. It helps in coping with the rapid changes. It helps in making plans and policies. It helps in improving performance. Students, this is the first point of importance of business environment, where with the help of business environment or by understanding the business environment, business managers they are able to identify the opportunities coming ahead in advance, and then they will try to take advantage of it before their competitors. Not only opportunities, with the understanding of business environment, business managers they will be able to identify coming threats in advance, and then they will be able to make an effective plan which will help them to face these threats effectively and efficiently. Students, as you know, business need different variety or kinds of resources like physical, financial and human resources, and these all resources they are getting from the society only, or which we can say the business environment, and in return they are providing good quality products and services. So how they can ignore the part of business environment, or how can they ignore the part of society? They need to provide them. This is the duty, moral duty or responsibility we can say, to provide good quality products at reasonable rates. Students, as you know, that business environment keeps on changing, and it can be a technology change or change in government policy, change in taste and preferences of customers. So by making an effective plan, business firm can cope up with these rapid changes, and the understanding of business environment help them to plan in advance for the future. They will be able to make a good policy to face the threats or to avail any opportunity. Students, when business comes to know about opportunities or threats coming ahead, then they will be ready with their effective plan. They will be ready with their remedial measures, how they can improve their performance. So, by implementing these plans in an effective manner, they will be able to improve their performance. Not only this, they will be able to lead in the market. Students, after completing importance of business environment, today we are going to start dimensions of business environment. And our learning objective is, after studying dimensions of business environment, you all will be able to explain these dimensions of business environment confidently. Not only this, you will be able to solve case studies based on this topic confidently. So let us start now. Students, we are going to study about dimensions or factors or components of business environment. I will repeat. We are going to study about the topic dimensions, factors or components of business environment. Students, as you know, business environment is made up of external forces or external factors. These external forces we can classify into two categories. First one is specific forces and second general forces. Specific forces or factors we can say. Specific forces are like customers, competitors, suppliers and investors, etc. Students, from this topic, 1 mark question can come. They can ask you write 4 examples of specific forces. So you can write customers, competitors, suppliers and investors, and they affect the business firms directly. General forces. General forces, students, like social environment, legal environment, political environment, technological environment and economic environment. This is made up of these environment, and They may affect the functioning of business firms indirectly. Sometimes positive effect, sometimes negative effect, and sometimes there is no effect on some businesses. Today, we will discuss about the general forces only, the general environment which mostly influences many enterprises at the same time. So, specific forces we will not discuss in detail, and it is only given in our syllabus. And this much only given in our syllabus. And now, in detail, we will study about the general forces or general environment. Now, by knowing or understanding of all forces or factors, managers can take benefit. They can take benefit in predicting opportunities or threats in advance, and they can prepare the best action plan to deal with, and it helps to improve their performance. And if it is an opportunity, they can get first mover advantage, means that they can exploit the resources before their competitors and they can earn profits. And if it is a threat, they can handle the situation proactively, or they can face these challenges or threats effectively with the help of best plan or best remedial measures. I have discussed some examples in previous video, like how Maruti Udyog became the leader in small car market, or how Jio has taken place of BSNL and other competitors. So students, today through this video you all will understand about the dimensions or components or general environment or factors of business environment in detail. And you all need to keep remember all these names of this topic, because examiner can ask you with any name out of these. So we are going to study about dimensions of business environment, then components of business environment, or general environment or external factors of business environment. So first component of business environment is economic environment. It consists of economic factors that influence the business of a country. It includes factors such as inflation, tax and interest rates, unemployment, fiscal and monetary policies. For example, after the new economic policy 1991, a lot of opportunities are offered to businessmen. Students, economic environment includes factors like rate of interest, inflation rate, consumer income, economic policies, market conditions or value of rupees, etc. And these factors affect the performance of some business firms, or it has direct impact on businesses. We can take help of some examples here, like first rate of interest. Students, when we talk about long term and short term rate of interest, they affect the demand for goods and services. Means rate of interest can increase the demand of goods and services or can decrease the demand. How it increases or decreases? Now let us discuss. If suppose long term rate of interest decreases, then it can be beneficial for people, those who wants to take loan for constructing home. And now it is a good chance for the constructing companies. They will get more orders because now rate of interest have decreased and people will be willing to take loan from the banks. So both will be able to earn, means business firms they will be able to get more orders, more profit, and people they will be able to construct their homes. And it can be beneficial for the automobiles company also. Now more people will be interested to their finance their cars. They can purchase new cars on financing basis. So but if return of a rate of interest increases, then demand for taking loan, demand for cars, construction companies, that all will be reduced. And second example, consumer income. Students, if consumer income increases because of increase in GDP of country, then their purchasing power also will be increased. And if purchasing power will increase, it means they will be willing to buy more goods, more demand will be there. And if consumer income decreases, then less demand will be there, less production will be there, less GDP will be there. So means that how economic environment is going to affect the business forms. Next example, inflation rate. Students, inflation mean rise in price of goods. So high inflation rate increases the cost of production for any business firm. What they have to do? They have to pay more on purchasing raw material. Where they were buying raw material for 10 rupees, now they have to pay 12. Tomorrow they have to pay 13 rupees. So in this way, the day by day prices of goods are increasing, and business firms cost of production also is going to increase. And then they have to buy machinery at more rate, more price. Payment of wages, they have payment of wages, salaries to employees they have to pay. So students, this is an economic environment or economic force which affects the functioning of business firm. And interest rate, inflation rate, consumer income, these all are the factors which affect the business environment. And economic environment also bring some opportunities for business or sometimes threat for business. Now students, these are some components or elements which comes under economic environment, or we can say they represent economic environment. These all are role of private and public sector in structure of economy, rate of increase in GNP and per capita income, rate of saving and investment, amount of import and export of different products, increase in transportation and communication facilities, trend in agriculture and industrial production, internal as well as external public debts, nature of money supply in the economy, planned outlay in private and public sector, balance of payments and changes in foreign exchange reserve. Students, now I will tell you one thing, that from these factors, what kind of questions can come? They can ask you explain economic environment, or they will use some components in case study. They can say rate, they can include some lines from these components like rate of saving and investment, amount of import and export of different products, trend in agriculture and industrial production, internal as well as external public debts. Means by choosing some lines from these components or elements, they will add in the case study, they will create one case study, and they will ask you identify the dimension of business environment. That means which dimension is there: economic, social, legal, political, or technological. So you need to identify. So case study based question we will discuss in detail later, but for now, and one more thing I would like to share here, that students, these points no need to go in detail, no need to read or understand in detail, just we need to go through these points, we need to revise these points, because the detailed explanation is not in our syllabus. So you need to read, understand, and learn these points. These are called components or elements of economic environment, because by giving these lines from these elements, they can make a case study and they can ask you the question. Now, second dimension of business environment is social environment. Students, social environment includes social forces like customs, traditions, values, trends, society's expectations from business. Business is a part of society. It exists, grow in the society only. Social factors affect a lot the functioning of business firms, such as first I would like to discuss here about traditions. Means social practices that have passed from one generation to another generation. For example, we are celebrating Gurpurab, Deepavali, Christmas, Eid, etc. And you know, these festivals provides opportunity to many business firms, and they can earn more profit, like sweet shops, greeting card shops, gift shop this time. And then next we can talk about trend. Change in fashion, change in trend, change in taste and preferences also change the demand for goods and services. Now there is a trend of jeans, artificial jewelry. Means according to the taste and preferences, business firms get an opportunity to earn more profit. And nowadays we are facing very big problem, that is COVID-19. And it has increased the demand for mask, sanitizer, liquid hand wash, etc. So this is our social environment where where this affects the business business firms. It affects the functioning of business firms. Customs, traditions, demographic distribution, beliefs, literacy rate, educational levels, lifestyles, values. Students, values, these are the standards that a society holds in high esteem. Means some values are necessary to follow by all of us, and especially in business forms like equal opportunities, no discrimination, freedom, social justice, etc. Awareness towards these rights has forced the firms to follow ethics in their business, and if they avoid it, then government can take action against them. So students, these all are the examples of social environment. Traditions, trends, values, these affects the functioning of business. Not only this, change in social environment affect the demand for product, supply of labor and capital. And then cooperation between business firms and society can make business boom. It means by following the expectations, by fulfilling the expectations of society or consumers, business firm can maximize their profits. Otherwise they will lose it. For example, equal pay for male and female workers, demand for reservation in jobs for minorities and women, etc. These are all are the examples of social need that organization have to take care of. One more example we can discuss here. Nowadays people are paying more attention towards their health, as a result of which demand for mineral water, diet coke, etc. has increased, while demand for tobacco, fatty foods, fatty food products has decreased. So now this is the time of components or elements of social environment. Means you need to learn these points. These are the components or elements. People's attitude towards product, innovation, lifestyle, quality of life, life expectancies, expectation from workers, birth and death rates, shift in population, system of education and rate of literacy, consumption habits of people, composition of family like joint, nuclear, etc. Shifts in the presence of women workers, more working women now are there. So these all are the components of social environment which affects the demand for goods and services. It may increase the demand, it may decrease the demand. So, social environment describes the feature of the society in which the business organization exists. Social environment consists of religious aspects, language, custom, traditions, beliefs, tastes, preferences, consumption habits, etc. Social environment varies from market to market, country to country, region to region. Now, third dimension of business environment is technological environment. Students, it means the forces related to scientific improvement and innovation for improving quality of goods and services. New techniques to run the business. It means technology help to bring new ways to manufacture the goods, new ways to operate or run the business in a new manner, new equipment to convert raw material into finished goods. So this environment is related to scientific improvement and innovations. Technological change help the business to become more effective and efficient, and it become easy for the firm to lead in the market or to beat his competitor. Technological change provides opportunities for some and threats for others. Now you all must have noticed how advanced computers has changed the way to advertise the products. Now World Wide Web multimedia pages highlighting the quality of products. Traders are interacting online with the buyers. You have seen Amazon, Flipkart, eBay, etc. Airline companies are booking tickets online, e-ticket, railway also. Automobile companies are manufacturing with the help of robots. And you have seen that how mobile phones have killed the business of watches and cameras. So a businessman must closely monitor the technological changes taking place in the industry as it helps in facing competition and improving quality of the products. So technological environment related to scientific improvements, innovation for improving quality of goods and services, new techniques for operating the business, new and advanced ways or techniques of production. For example, internet and world wide web has proved very beneficial for firms in advertising their products. CAD means computer aided design, helps in making designs with computers. CAM computer aided manufacturing. Flipkart, Amazon, online business, e-ticket booking all are the examples of technological improvement, technological change or technological environment. Now, these are the components or elements of technological environment: scientific improvements, innovations, new and advanced ways, techniques of operating or run the business. Students like where we were selling goods with the traditional method by opening showrooms, but now this is the time of e-commerce. We can buy and sell goods on internet with the help of Flipkart, Amazon, eBay, etc. So these are the new ways to run the business, new and advanced ways, techniques of production of goods and services. Now next environment is political environment. Student, political environment includes political conditions in the economy or in the country. Political conditions means general stability or peace in the country. Political stability increases the confidence of business firms. More people will be interested to invest in long-term projects for the growth of the business or growth of economy. On the other hand, political unrest or instability and threat to law and order may harm the business firms. No growth will be there, less opportunities will be there, less willingness of investors to invest in companies because there is political unrest. So, political instability can shake the confidence, whereas political stability can increase the confidence of investors, businessmen. Another example: attitude of government towards business firms. Government policies for business firm, it affects greatly positively or negatively. You must have noticed demonetization and GST created many obstacles for small business firms, how it has affected the business firm. So, political environment shows the political conditions in the country. If there is political stability, political peace in the country, it will be a positive impact on the business firm. More opportunities will be there in front of business firms. But change in political situations also affect business organization. Political instability and bad law and order situation bring uncertainty in business activities. Then attitude of government. Positive attitude take business to heights and negative attitude then take business to the low level. And another example we can take here: before the introduction of industrial policy 1991, it was very difficult to enter into another country for trade purpose. Even after introduction of this policy, foreign companies were not able to invest in our country, or we were not able to invest easily in other countries. But slowly the situation has improved, and now MNCs are able to enter into our country, or we are able to enter into other countries. So this is called attitude of government towards business firms or rules made by the government. Sometimes government rules, regulations, or government give a relaxation to firms. Sometimes they put restrictions like GST and demonetization. So political environment also affect the functioning of business. So business firms have to understand and follow such changes and respect the law and order from time to time. And political instability restrict the growth and opportunities for business firm, and stable conditions provide growth opportunities. So political environment, it is compulsory to understand by the firms. So according to the political environment, business firms can take the decision whether they should go for investment or not. And political stability, peace in the country, it is must or it is compulsory for the growth of any business. Now some components or elements of political environment, government's attitude and the nature of intervention towards industries, pressure by government, political parties and their policies, nature of ruling party and government, constitution of the country, political ideologies and practices of ruling party, nature of country's relations with neighbor countries, political leadership, nature and profile. Now, last dimension of business environment is legal environment. Students, legal environment includes rules and regulations framed by the parliament. Business firms have to follow these rules to exist, to lead in the market, to grow. Legal environment includes different laws passed by the government, administrative orders issued by government authorities, judgment of court, decisions by commissions and agencies at district level, state level, and at national level. And it is very important for a business firm to obey these rules, regulations, orders according to the nature and size of business for smooth running of their business. And if any business firm doesn't follow any rule which is necessary to follow, they may put themselves into legal problems or government can take action against their malpractices. It is compulsory for business firms to know, to understand about some acts like Company Act 2013, Consumer Protection Act 1986, Competition Act 2002, Factories Act 1948, Industrial Disputes Act 1947. And students, legal environment which includes laws, act passed by the government, administrative orders, court judgments, decisions of various commissions and agencies. And one more thing, we can better understand about the effect of legal environment with the help of three-tier redressal machinery, which we have studied under chapter Consumer Protection, 12th chapter from this syllabus. And these three-tier redressal machinery was set up by government to protect the interest of consumer under Consumer Protection Act 1986. Means if any person will exploit any consumer, then government will take action at district level, state level, and at national level. And it is compulsory for the cigarette manufacturer to put statutory warning like cigarette is injurious to health on packaging of cigarette. And if business does not follow these rules, they have to face heavy penalties. And so if business firm would like to avoid the interference of government in their business, they need to follow rules and regulations according to the type of business and nature of business. Now, components or elements of legal environment: laws passed by government, administrative orders issued by government authorities, judgment of courts, decisions by commissions and agencies. So students, today we have discussed about the dimensions or external factors or general environment of business environment. Students, it includes five types of environments, or we can say forces or factors: economic environment, social environment, legal environment, social environment, and technological environment. Now we conclude our topic here. Today we have discussed about different dimensions of business environment. Now the time is for home assignment. Students, some questions are given in the worksheet and notes are also given for your help. For better understanding, you can take help of it and you can study from the reference book Vivasan and NCRT book as well, and try to attempt given questions. In case of any query or doubt, you can contact me anytime. Stay home, stay safe, and keep studying. Thank you.